Which is the better stock to buy, the Trade Desk or Roku? I'm going to answer that question in this video, comparing the two on several important metrics, so let's get right into it. Starting with their price decline in 2022, the Trade Desk was down 51%, while Roku was down 82%, both of which had a difficult year in 2022. Investors are hoping for better in 2023. Now let's look at their quarterly revenue growth going back to July of 2020. And looking across the revenue growth, we see they're close. In Roku had the advantage earlier, and the Trade Desk has taken over in more recent quarters, growing revenue a whopping 31% in its most recent quarter, while advertising spending overall was up just about 8% in 2022. So the Trade Desk was significantly outperforming the market in 2022, and that was impressive. Now, I say outperforming the market, I mean in terms of revenue growth, not in terms of stock price growth, which they were both underperforming. But in terms of revenue growth, the Trade Desk was significantly ahead of the advertising market in 2022. Now let's look at operating income on the top and operating profit margin on the bottom. And starting with the operating income, the Trade Desk is had the advantage for a long time, going back to before 2018, and it's maintained, and that advantage has even widened in recent quarters as Roku has faced the headwinds from supply chain shortages and rising materials costs and rising transportation costs. It's decided to absorb those costs rather than increase prices on its units, and that's caused profits to collapse and turn negative for several consecutive quarters, losing 146 million in operating income in its most recent quarter, while the Trade Desk was solidly profitable at 28.8 million. And then looking at the operating profit margin trailing 12 months, the Trade Desk has consistently had the advantage, although that advantage has narrowed in recent quarters. Going forward, let's look at the Trade Desk and Roku measuring the free cash flow yield. And again, the Trade Desk has been ahead of Roku. And again, in this metric, it has pulled apart from Roku in recent quarters, generating a positive 2% cash flow yield, the highest in several years, while Roku has collapsed down to a negative 1.86% free cash flow yield. A troubling trend for Roku, in addition to its falling operating profits and operating profit margins. So finally, let's look at valuation. Let's compare the Trade Desk and Roku, looking at the forward PE ratio and the price to free cash flow. And looking at the forward PE ratio, Roku is trading at 150, while the Trade Desk is at 43. So Roku is multiples more expensive than the Trade Desk in this metric, while they are both not cheap. And then looking at the price to free cash flow, Roku is trading at 66.86, while the Trade Desk is at 48. And again, it's more expensive than the Trade Desk. And so to answer the question, which stock is the better buy, I'm going to say the Trade Desk stock is a better buy right now. It's outperforming the market in terms of revenue, and it's ahead of Roku in terms of operating margin and free cash flow yield. And Roku continues to face headwinds going forward. So for that reason, the Trade Desk, in my opinion, is the better buy right now. All right, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.